And a warm welcome to Energy for Experts at ravishingraw.com. I'm thrilled to have you here again, and I really appreciate it so much that you are taking time to listen in. Let me get the screen. Okay, wonderful. And yeah, what I would like to ask you first is to focus fully, shut down your mail, your Facebook, and phone for a moment, and just stick around until the end. And today is going to be slightly different. In the past 2 weeks, I've been giving you a lot of content, and my purpose with that was building the foundation for your success, not just success in a certain area, but success in general with anything in your life, in your business. But of course, we're here because it's about the way you eat, about the way that you take care of yourself. And so, yeah, it's about food here that we will be talking. And specifically today, I want to tune into the food, tap into what it is exactly that you can eat when you are transferring to a higher raw lifestyle. I would say more eating more plant-based foods. It doesn't have to be 100%, it doesn't have to be perfect to already get loads of results. But my purpose is to go all over with you here, so you take it as far as you want to, okay? And today I want to focus on helping you to get rid of a few misconceptions and bring a different image of how a living plant-based lifestyle can look like. And I feel that this is very important, as I notice so often in my work with experts that, well, many misconceptions are standing in between you and your well-being and your long-term health. And therefore, I also feel that it's the right time to make an empowering resource available here. And yes, I will be offering something. I will be completely transparent about that. But it's done with purpose. I'm here to teach you, to serve you, to help you. But I can't do that all in a few master classes. So I would like you uh, to join a journey so I can create an experience for you that sticks. And if you stay to the end, I'll tell you more about that. But today, I want to talk about a very universal theme, actually: failures, fears, and food. And that's right. If there's anything that creates frustrations, that creates fears and feeling like a failure, it is our food. Because what's supposed to be the most the most natural thing in life, feeding and nourishing ourselves, has become about the most difficult thing to do. And a lot of thought goes into what you eat, when you eat it, how much you're gonna eat, what you should and shouldn't eat, right? I don't know if you can relate to that, but that is really something that is preoccupying our minds so much. And I just the other week I was talking to a new client, and we were exploring what I could mean for her. And that was something that really stick to me when she said, I feel like such a failure because I have never been able to hold on to a diet. But you will understand as I go on with this why it's so difficult to stick to a diet, and we already talked about that in the past master classes. But I want to check in again with your reality. I'm going to resume that from last time because it's important to have that kind of a reality check. um, Maybe this is you, sitting 8, 10, 12 hours behind the computer, living and performing on caffeine, on sugar, eating crap, and of course feeling like crap. You become what you eat. That's what we have been talking about in the previous masterclass. And maybe you're skipping meals, but you're snacking all day long. I don't know if you can recognize that in your pattern. And you're not preparing fresh meals during work weeks because when you come home in the evening, you're too tired to start uh, another work day in the kitchen. And yeah, waking up is exhausted is something that may belong in your reality. Not feeling rested after a long night's sleep, or not feeling like moving, and of course feeling stuck in the unhealthy habits. That's very, very common. Um, and of course, this is something that I found this very wonderful picture. Actually, I will start working when my coffee does, which goes for so many experts. I've been there, though I know how it works. And maybe you are starting the day with coffee, picking up yourself all day long with more and more caffeine. We know the deal. And when you can get your day started, it feels like this. You have to wind yourself up, you have to force yourself, drag yourself forward. And once you get started, you still feel as if you are running on empty batteries. And maybe this is how your desk is looking like at lunch hour. I've seen many desks like these. So it's very recognizable, I think. Um, and what is more importantly is actually, and what is something that it always breaks my heart to hear these things when I hear how talented the experts are who come to me and they feel as if they are trapped in their body. They're feeling steered by fears. And maybe you too are afraid to look at yourself in the mirror at the moment. It's possible. It doesn't have to be like that, but it's possible. It's a reality with many entrepreneurs. Maybe you are afraid to show up in public because of the way you look right now. Maybe you have been losing your confidence in yourself, the way you show up for your clients, for your loved ones, and of course for yourself. And maybe you are not feeling authentic anymore. These were a few of the things that we have been going through more in depth in the masterclass of last week. I just want to tap into it so we can pick up again to continue. And so, yeah, how does that work for you? Um, I don't know if you can recognize yourself in this. How does that work for you? You can type that in the question box. I will not call out your name. We'll keep it anonymous because I know it's private, a private subject. If you don't feel like sharing, that's fine too. Some people just love listening in without sharing. That's completely okay. But my question to you really now is what do you think will happen when you keep ignoring your situation? And it is something that I ask many people because that's where the thinking process really starts. It's really about reflecting upon that question. Because oftentimes we keep ignoring, but what will happen when you keep doing that? It's something that I want to make you aware of here. And what I hear many, many times tell many entrepreneurs that they are afraid that they will repeat the family scenario, meaning sometimes they say, oh, there's so much cancer in the family. I don't want to be the next one who is hit by cancer. Or my parents have both diabetes, or my father died of diabetes, or my mother has a chronic disease. I don't want to repeat the family scenario. And that is a very common fear. There is so much going on in families. And what are we being taught? It's genetic. Now, let me tell you this. When someone tells you it's genetic, mostly the part that is really genetic is the way that you have been taught to eat, what to eat. That is genetic. And of course, when you eat the same way as your parents do, as your educators do, that is when you start repeating the family scenario with the same foods, because they are giving their best to you, of course, but they are doing that with what they know, but it doesn't mean that those are the right things that you are being taught. So that's why you're here. I want to make a change in that. It was a big eye opener for me as well when I learned what I discovered. And when I learned that my so called healthy food pattern, I was a vegetarian since I was 19. It wasn't that healthy at all. So I'm making that wake up call here for you. So, um, what I get a lot is also that people fear that they will get really overweight, obese, that they will lose their attraction, their sex appeal. It's important as a woman to feel as a woman, and as a man to feel as a man. That's really essential to our existence and to our feel good. There's a lot of fear of not being active anymore when you keep ignoring the signals of your body, or, and that's a big one, not fulfilling your dreams. I hear that every conversation that I have. People are afraid that they will not be able to fulfill their dreams because they don't have the energy for it. Isn't that sad? And then this was one of the things that came up last week too, in that conversation with my new client. Is she said, well, if I keep ignoring everything I am feeling right now, I'm afraid there will not be much of a future for me. And she was 31, she's 31. So that is really heartbreaking. And I don't want that for you. And maybe you recognize this too. It's something that occurs when you are tired of your own excuses, tired of you not following through with intentions. And then you say at some point, okay, now it's enough is enough. I'm going to do this now. And I'm going to give this a last try. And I'm going to lose that weight and keep it off. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm going to track my 10,000 steps. I'm going to bed before 12. I'm going to get up at 5 in the morning to do yoga every day. I'm gonna have more time to myself. Now, these are really common things that we intend to do every time when we say it's enough, I want to change something. But then, very common uh, sequence to that making intentions is that we start telling ourselves certain things that slow us down in the process of achieving goals. And it's like, it doesn't work for me. I always fail anyway, so why bother? I don't have the energy to make healthy food or to come home and start digging in my kitchen. I don't have the energy for that. So I just take takeouts, It's not doable in my job. And those are very common things. And then, of course, I don't have the willpower. So I don't know if this is a common theme for you. And I want to let you know, first of all, that there's nothing wrong with you. It's not your fault that this happens over and over again. That's important um, to hear, I think, because I know that if that has been happening for you, you just don't have the right recipe. And you would love to swim, but you were not taught how to swim. And of course, if you want to swim, it takes more than just dipping your toes in the water, right? It's all connected. So I want to connect those dots for you today. Now, something very important, and let me state this here before we continue. The end goal of eating healthy and making healthy choices is not losing weight. This is not about losing weight. It's enjoying a well balanced state of well being. And a while ago, I realized that by not making weight loss my primary focus in my work and not branding that and not promoting that, I am leaving a lot of money on the table. I know that, but I'm very, like, I'm so good with that because I don't believe in diets. And I know out of experience that you will lose weight, even a lot, but only as a wonderful side effect of eating real food, of changing bad habits, of building a healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life, not just for a short period of time. And health is a state of mind, it's a state of being that you want to experience every single day, not just for a short period of time. So, yes, it takes a daily commitment. So, no, this is not a diet, and your well being is not about losing weight, it's about gaining health. Because the only thing that I've been experiencing in all the past years in my work is that okay, I'm on a 30-day diet, and so far I've lost 10 days. And I thought it was very suitable to put up here because that is what it feels like. I'm only losing time, precious time, wasting time. And I find that a very important nuance because that is what will put you back in business with your well being. And I'm here to help you run your health like you run your business, like a boss. Okay. Now, last week I took the example of Katie, who had been focused on her weight her whole life long. So, this is such a beautiful testimonial of what she was able to achieve that I want you to hear this really. And she wrote, when I met Marie Claire, I didn't know what raw food was. In fact, I thought it was boring. And what I knew was that I didn't have the energy that I needed to work with these exciting clients and keep up with them. And what I learned from talking to her then was that it starts in the head with the mindset. I understood quickly that she could help me with my relationship with food and addressing some of the key things that were holding myself back in my business. Now, 6 months down the road, I feel so much more energized. I have assumed a partly route journey. I get so much more done during the day. I can travel more than in the past and without being exhausted. And I feel that I can bring energy to my clients, which is really high value. So I can help them, inspire them, and make sure that they take action. Mary Claire has taught me so much about my mindset, and she brings it in a fashion where I learn how to do it in an elegant way. Raw food is great food and it tastes so well. All my love to Mary Claire to help me switch my mindset and my relationship to food. Oh, and those 20 kilos, they're not coming back. That was such a beautiful promise that she made to herself and that she's still sticking to. So, um, actually, Katie, when we started working, she had quite some misconceptions about what living on a plant-based diet could be or how it would look like. And personally, I prefer calling it a living plant-based diet because what makes it alive, the fact that you don't cook your food to death. All enzymes, all vitamins, all minerals are still intact when you don't cook your food because you haven't been processing it. And as soon as you heat your food above 115 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 48 centigrade, yes, um, centigrade or is it Celsius? Celsius, I guess. You lose about 70%, 70 of all minerals and vitamins when you heat your food. But what's maybe a real wake up call for you is that you lose 100% of the life important enzymes that you need to break down all the food that you just had and that you need to digest that food. So let me put it this way, and it's going to be a life change for you when you understand this principle. Every vegetable and fruit, nut or seed has its very own kind of enzymes that make it possible to digest it as it is. And so, meaning an apple has a certain enzyme that will break down that apple. Broccoli or kale, every vegetable has its own specific enzymes that will help it to break down and to be eliminated from the body. But those enzymes have a big flaw. They cannot survive heat. And that means that all enzymes get killed as soon as you exceed the temperature of 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 48 Celsius, meaning you're killing actually the enzymes that you need to digest your food. Now, for instance, lipase, for instance, that's the enzyme that breaks down all the fats in your food and eliminate the fats. Or protease, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but that enzyme breaks down and it removes all the toxins that you are ingesting with your food or that you're getting in with the air. And here it comes. Very important to understand. What you cannot digest will be stored in your body. What you can't digest will be stored. It will be stored on your belly, on your hips, on your thighs. It's simple. So by eating raw, unprocessed, organic vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, you will get all the nutritional value. 100% of the vitamins, minerals, and 100% of the vitamins that are responsible to break down your food and digest it, that are responsible for every little chemical process in your body. It's responsible for generating your energy and to maximize all of your body functions. So, if you understand this principle, you will also understand why a living plant based diet lifestyle works on the long term. And the misconceptions that I get all the time is you can't eat healthy your whole life long. It's undoable. I need my meat for proteins. You know, there's always someone saying or asking me, it's one of the first questions I always get, where do I get my proteins from? But you get that all from your plant-based foods. We just don't know it. That doesn't sound like a balanced diet. That's a remark I often get when I'm explaining what I'm eating. And then people say, well, that doesn't sound balanced. There's no meat in it, no fish, no eggs, no dairy, no bread. How can you call that a balanced diet? So there's a lot going on in people's minds. And it's impossible to make healthy choices on the road. That's something I hear a lot when I talk to people who professionals who travel a lot. And it's a true challenge, I admit, but it's doable. You just have to know how exactly. And then eating healthy is too expensive and it takes way too much time. Now, my question on a remark like this is, and I want you to think about that, when are you willing to pay the price? I mean, when, well, would you prefer paying the price for eating healthy now on organic ingredients, vegetables, fruits, on eating healthy, on doing exercise and going to the yoga, taking care of yourself? Or would you prefer paying the price in a few years when you didn't follow through with intentions, when you kept ignoring your situation where you're currently in, kept ignoring all the signals? Are you willing to pay the price in a few years to doctors' bills, to medication, to expensive treatments? Because that you will always pay a price, but it's your choice, of course. When are you willing to pay it, and what will you be willing to give it to yourself or to the doctors? Because that's actually the choice that we make unconsciously, and that I want to make you conscious of. And then I often hear, it's plain, it's disgusting, it just looks gross, it's boring. That's what Katie said too. And then, of course, do I look like a rabbit? Hey, I'm not a rabbit. I'm not eating all those plants. I totally get that. And it's very, very common to think like that. So, but it's important to understand why it is so difficult to eat healthy by default. And it's a question that has been on my mind for years and years. Why is it so difficult for all people to eat healthy? Why is it so hard to make healthy choices every day? Or when you go on a business lunch or to a restaurant or when you travel? Why? And I came to a very simple conclusion. Food is not about food. Food is not about food. It's about feelings, it's about your emotions, it's about relationships, it's about your work, the stress levels that you have, it's about the memories that you have of food when you were sitting around the family table, the kind of food that was served there, the food that you were fed to keep you quiet, to sweeten you or to silence you when you were crying as a baby. That's where it all got started. And that is the reason why it's so difficult to eat by default, because it involves so and so much more than just food. No, we eat with our emotions, and the thing we do is we stuff everything that comes our way. There's a stress level when we're angry or sad. Okay, we're gonna stuff it with a bag of potato chips or popcorn or whatever it is for you. Maybe it's takeout pizza. I don't know. Everyone has their own comfort food, which makes them feel better right away, and that puts the emotion in the background, so you don't have to deal with the emotion. So food is really connected to life itself, and that is very important to understand. And when you understand this, you will make things happen in your eating habits. I can assure that. And that is also the reason why I took you on that journey in my last trainings, where we packed those 3 suitcases to make you land at the place that you want to be. And that suitcase was mindset, second one was habits, and the third one was all about taking action. And I'll send you the link of that previous masterclass so you can re-listen, or you can watch it if you missed it last time. But this is important to get, because here is where we build the foundation of what's coming today. That is very, very important to have this kind of foundation, because it all starts in the head. And now we're gonna build onto that. And as far as mindset, habits, and action concerns, we're good. But when it comes down to touching your food, we all kind of have the same reaction. Ah, no, don't touch my food. You can't have anything else, but stay away from my food. I hear that very often. And as soon as your food is being touched, it feels like an earthquake, 8 on the scale of Richter, right? And it is right. Your foundations are shaking when we touch your food. It's very understandable. All of a sudden, someone comes along and tells you that everything you have been doing so far may be not right. Everything that you know as the standard thing, as the good thing, is being doubted now. And that's quite a shock. And I'm here again to tell you that's not your fault either. I want you to take a deep breath now and breathe out, and everything will be all right. I got you. And in a previous life, I had a nice clothing store actually for obese women. I did that for 8 years, and I just wanted to make those women beautiful, and I wanted to give them more self-esteem again. I wanted to make them feel good as they were right there. And I can tell you this, I heard about every single diet on the planet. And the one frustration that made all these women stop every diet they ever tried was they were only taken away what they were enjoying, not given back. And that's maybe something that you have been experiencing too. Is that what you perceive from eating healthy? Would you um, give that to me in your question box, that answer? How do you perceive eating healthy? Is it for you something that is connected to taking away stuff and not getting anything into place? So that is really tough to hold on to. Let me check in here. Oh, I can't do that while thing is going on. But okay, I'll check in later, because at the end I want to take your questions as well, and then I'll go into the question box to see what you have been replying. But yeah, this is what it is. The diets are only taking away from you, they're not giving back. And that's what makes it so difficult. And actually, it's what you fear that you may have to miss out on in a way of eating that will keep you where you are right now. Um, it's really about, well, replacing everything. And I know that when you don't do that, you will stay where you are. But when you stay where you are, that is what makes you feel like a failure. It's, I don't know if that can relate to you. And when you feel like a failure, you give up in the end. I don't know if that happened to you. You can reply here in the question box if you feel like that. But it's okay, I got you. And I think that the most important lesson that I got myself was that you don't know what you don't know. And the other thing is that it's not obvious to quit an addiction that you actually need every day to survive, to live. That's a big one. When you are addicted to alcohol, well, and you go on a retreat for that, um, they take out the alcohol, but you can still live. There's still the food to live on. It's tough, it's rough, it's cold turkey, but it's not your food they're touching. And this is also a reason why it's so difficult to make those healthy choices every day. There's so much abundance, and there are so many decisions to make. Really, it's really about making those decisions. And it's about your food. And your food is an addiction. That is the worst thing of all, that your food is an addiction. And that either is your fault because the industry is designing your food in such a way that you are addicted as soon as you start eating it. That's the case with your potato chips. Those bags are designed with a purpose that you want more because there are chemical substances in there that trigger addiction in the brain right away. Like it works like crack. People really, you only needed to eat it once to be addicted to that one flavor of potato chips. Do you recognize that? Can you give me a yes if you recognize that? Um, and so, yeah, that's not your fault, but you can do something, you can change things, but it's not your fault here. So, what do I want to do next? Actually, it's like, let's get real and let's go through what you will have to miss out on when you are eating a plant-based diet. And I want to be really honest with you, completely honest, no fluff. I'll be totally transparent because I remember so well during one of my lectures that I was doing, one of the women in the audience said at the end, but I can't miss my steak. And then another woman jumped onto that and she said, I can't miss my bread. And those reactions are so normal because we rather think from a place of shortness instead of thinking from a place of abundance. So let me inform you very clearly about the things that you will have to miss out on when you start eating more plant-based foods. You will have to miss. Hold on. Fatigue, exhaustion. You will have to miss all the energy dips that you have throughout the whole day. You will have to miss out on the colds and the flus in winter, every germ that is coming along and gets you because your immune system is wacko. And you will have to miss out on sickness, diabetes, thyroid issues. You will have to miss out on chronic disease. You also will have to miss heart disease and even cancer. The other thing that you will have to miss out on is obesity, overweight, lack of zest for life, depression. What else? Well, you will have to miss skin rashes, acne, breakouts when you don't want them, when you need them the least, when you have to get on stage and your stress levels have been so up that you got a rash in your face. We all were there at some point. You will have to miss out on brittle, unhealthy, broken, and bad hair days every day. I was in a place at a certain point in my life where I had bad hair days every single day. And you don't want to look like that. You will also have to miss out on puffy, swollen eyes, dark circles under your eyes, premature aging, too many wrinkles too soon for your age. And those are only a few things you will have to miss. The list is endless. It's about, what are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to do to have what you want the most? A healthy, hot, sexy, attractive body that you can rely on in your business, that you can rely on in your personal life, like every day. You don't have to be afraid that it's gonna let you down. So let's go over the things that you can eat on a living plant-based diet. So I really want to create a new image here for you, because that's so important. It's really that image that we have of healthy eating, boring, that I want to debunk here. And I'm going to do that in a very special way. But what can you eat? Everything. And the only thing is that you won't be cooking your food. That's the only difference, really. Well, your food will be organic too. You will be choosing for better ingredients, pure ingredients. But hey, you don't even have to like cooking to follow a plant-based lifestyle. And this is what you can eat in this lifestyle: lasagna, pasta, pizza, soups, bread, crackers, wraps, fermented vegetables, cultured foods, raw cheeses, Italian, Thai, Indian, French, just any food style that you ever liked in your life, pies, cakes, chocolate, ice cream. It's all still there for you. And this is a picture of the lovely chocolate cake I made for an event, and it's all raw, it's plant-based, made of carob, made of nuts, seeds, and made of infused orange. Doesn't it look gorgeous? Did you ever think to have something like this in your diet when you are on a diet? Is this how your diet has been looking like? I don't think so. So does your fast food look like this? And I want to get real with you here now. That's important, to get real. And so, what if you could just start your day with this colorful smoothie? And you know what? It's ready in 5 minutes. You know, breakfast doesn't take longer in my world than 5 minutes. I think you might like that too. And then, what about this gorgeous creamy tomato soup? 5 minutes. And I simply love making my linguine, the pasta, the spaghetti with marinara sauce or with pesto sauce. I love my couscous made of cauliflower. And I absolutely adore, and everyone else in my world adores, the cinnamon roll. And as you can see, it does only take between 5 and 15 minutes to make those delicious things. So this is your fast food. And let's go on. So, and what about this lovely raspberry cheesecake? Well, that one I have to admit, it will take you 20 minutes, but it stays well for days and days if you can stay away from it for days and days. But it makes such a lovely treat for your family or for your friends, or when you want to impress a loved one. It's just wonderful. And it's so, I don't know if you thought ever had an image like this of eating healthy. Did you think that you could eat healthy like this, that it could look like this? Give me a yes or a no, it doesn't matter. What are your thoughts around this? And I wish I could give you the taste of this right now, because it's delicious. I can tell you that. And this is my gourmet food, and it's all made of plants. Isn't that wonderful? I wouldn't be able to stick to a raw lifestyle for all these years, 6 or 7 years now, if I would be eating only a dull salad every day, honestly. And I love eating with my eyes and with all my senses. So my nose, everything is so important to stick to a healthy lifestyle. And yeah, I'm on the roll now, so I'm gonna make it real clear to you that your fears of missing out on delicious food, on comfort food or gourmet food is a fear that comes from three sources. It's coming from education, not being taught or told about how it can look like, how it can be. It comes from all the naysayers in your environment that influence your ability to decide and to choose for yourself with confidence. It comes from not having the right knowledge or having the right know how. And what we don't know, usually we don't love that much, you know? We fear what we don't know, actually. So by getting to know what is possible will get you over that fear. And another thing that I want to tell you here is that you will never ever have to count calories again on this kind of lifestyle. And I call it a lifestyle, it's not a diet. It will be I don't know, it starts with the food, but then it just connects every single area in your life. So it's a lifestyle. You will never have to feel heavy again. And you certainly don't have to be tired anymore of doing nothing. How often are you saying that? I didn't do anything and still I'm tired. How's that? You never ever have to look older anymore than your real age is. You will actually look younger. And you never have to fall asleep after dinner anymore, after eating a heavy meal, or feel guilty when you are enjoying your food, when you are enjoying a dessert, a chocolate. Come on, people, those are the little joys in our lives. We don't want to cut those out. We want to keep things enjoyable, joyful, and delicious, of course. So this is a wonderful apple ginger. I call it my groovy ginger granny juice because apples have been proven to sharpen your focus, your mind. It's helping preventing Alzheimer. Did you know that? Everyday apple juice, and you're good to groove when you're a granny. And wonderful salads that are whipped up in a few minutes, and then wonderful, beautiful aperitifs or treats or a snack. This all takes only a few minutes, really. Have you seen anything? Yeah, there was one, yeah, only the pie, that was 20 minutes, but all the rest is 15 and less minutes. And this is my kind of lasagna, very colorful and tasteful with a lovely dressing on the side. Very quick wraps, just take out on the go. It's quick fix in a few minutes, and lovely macaroons. That takes 15 minutes, but the other things, yeah, you can see for yourself. This is the real fast food. And these are my spring rolls. I just made those last week and I wanted to show you them. Isn't this beautiful? Uh, I love eating beautiful food, so I pay a lot of attention to how I plate my stuff and how I serve it to the people that I help and to myself in the first place. It has to be really sustainable. So, so important. Now, when I can go on and on like this, you know, are you liking what you're seeing here? Give me a yes if you're liking this. And by the way, this is fast food. I have, and it has so many other benefits besides the healing and balancing effects that it has on your body and on your mind. It's life changing. It changed my life completely and the life of my clients. It started by eating everything uncooked. When I started eating raw, I eliminated what didn't work for me, and not just in my diet, but also in my life, in my personal life. And then, boom, I started my business, Ravishing Raw, with what I experienced and with the knowledge that I had built up. And now I rebranded my business to serve entrepreneurs, the experts like you, because that's what I love doing the most and what I do best, I think. And with all that, I'm a better mother. I'm a loving person. I have energy again, and having no energy whatsoever for 5 long years and being paralyzed, I know what that means to a life. It starts with that energy, with your health. I was doomed to spend the rest of my life on the couch and in bed. And that is what I could break the code just by changing my food habits and the way I was thinking and the way I was acting. With those three important things, I changed my whole life. And that is what I'm doing with all my clients. That's what they all experience. They change their whole life by changing their food choices. And this is actually what I've been telling all the time to everyone I see and who wants to hear me or doesn't want to hear me. I'm telling it anyway. Food is the foundation of your life. Change your food and you will change your life. Now, when it comes down to taking action, I know that there are a lot of struggles coming up. So I want to tune in here with you to see what are the struggles that you experience when you want to take action. Is it that you are not able to get out of your own way? You're self sabotaging every step. You start well, but you lose momentum fast. You don't have enough confidence to do it. You still don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can do it. You lack that kind of faith. Or are you saying, I'm a born cynic, I don't trust things? Hey, I get you. I was a born cynic too until I changed and I my whole life was just this. And I became a believer. I created faith. And maybe a struggle that you are dealing with is that you can get started. You don't have an idea how to do things, or that you lack the support and that you need someone to tell me that you just need someone to tell you what to do exactly, how to do it, and when, and then you'll do it. Are you a person like that? Um, and then, of course, that you have been lacking the accountability. Very, very common. So today, I would like to share a great resource with you. Is that okay? I do want to ask permission to do that. Um, that's important for me. So give me a yes if that's okay with you. Okay, thank you. And I'm here to help you make all of this possible, of course. And I want to help you generate quality energy in 4 weeks' time. 4 weeks. Create 4 new simple habits to stay on your game. I want to help you drop some of that uncomfortable weight before summer so you can dip your toes. No, you can swim again in the sea full of confidence. You don't have to hide anymore. I don't want you to hide anymore. Come on. I'll get you out of your shell, your little closet there, okay? So I want to help you raise your self-love and confidence in a gentle way, full of care. And of course, I want to get down to the nitty-gritty stuff of your cool food. Now, I want to introduce to you um, the program that I created, the 30-day energy makeover, and I want to take you on a journey to a better version of you. And this is not just like any boosting program that's out there promising a lot of stuff without doing much. I've created a program with everything in there that I missed myself when I have been investing in myself in programs. And when I see other programs, I think, well, that wouldn't work for me. And I have bundled up everything I am missing in certain programs for you. So we're taking it step by step, and it's only 30 days because I wanted to keep it really doable. I want you to have, a time frame that seems very, very doable for you. Okay, that's why I made it 30 days. It's long enough to change habits because you only need 21 days to change a habit. And remember, this is not a diet. It's not about dieting. It's about really making those habit changes together. And this is how we're gonna do it. Week one, we're gonna boost your energy. How? We're starting with the beginning of the day, your breakfast, because I know for a fact that most entrepreneurs, and maybe you too, are skipping that breakfast. It's a very, very important meal of the day. And we're replacing that morning coffee by a nourishing breakfast that doesn't take you longer than making that cup of coffee. How does that sound? And only from this first single step, I know that you will start boosting your energy in 1 week time. It will boost your energy throughout the day. It will sustain your energy. You will be able to quit cravings. Hello, cravings. And of course, by quitting your cravings, you can raise your productivity levels because admit, folks, when you are preoccupied by what you are gonna eat in an hour and in 2 hours and in the evening and after that and what you can't eat, that is fatiguing and that is taking a lot of your focus away. Focus that you can use to be on top of your game during your day and to get things done faster. So you have time in the evening to do what you love doing. And in the second week, we're taking it a step further. We're adding your lunch to the menu. Now, we're focusing on practical organization here that will save you loads of time during the week. No time is no excuse anymore because I'm making this very, very easy for you, okay? I'm teaching you simple, easy, doable principles that make your lunch a pleasure to prepare and to eat, of course. I'm not gonna forget about that. It's always gonna be delicious. And I know that you have but so much time to make your food. So it's all in alignment with that. We are dealing with limited time frames. I realize that very well, but I'm a professional as well. I don't like spending hours of time in the kitchen. I like being fast and having a nice dinner or lunch in no time. And you saw that it's possible. Those are the things that we will be making and much more. But we are keeping your time management into account with that. And in week three, I'll teach you how to make glorious snacks. Now, in the meantime, your cravings will already have been reduced, if not even completely erased. Honestly, it's possible to do that in 3 weeks' time. Still, I want you to have some snacks to hand, just in case, that are nourishing, not fattening or slowing you down. And these snacks are easy and fun to make, they're yummy, and let's not forget, they're easy to take with you in your magic purse or bag. I always talk about the magic purse because when I leave my home, when I travel, when I have business lunches or anything, I always have something, a snack in my purse. And then I open it with the tea or when others are having their coffee with a cookie, and I open my purse and there comes a raw cookie. And I can tell you this, everyone enjoys tasting those. You will not be seen as the freak at the table with those wonderful snacks. And yeah, you will be able to snack yourself smart as well because they are really nourishing the brain as well, sharpening your saw, your focus again. And week four will close this lovely circle. It's the last step that will tie everything together, and that is your dinner. Why did I wait with dinner until the last week? Well, dinner is actually the hardest one to give up for most entrepreneurs. And I wanted to be very strategically about your energy and your time because by this time, you have gained so much energy that, well, you become, it becomes able to come home, make a fresh meal, and have fun in the kitchen and feel relaxed while doing that. So, yes, this will be your happy hour every day in the last week. And I just want to give you, with these 4 weeks, a complete experience. Not just a complete experience with changing your habits step by step, but also a tasting experience, an energized experience, an experience of, well, transforming your body in a way, and the way you think and perceive things. So that is my purpose with this program. And now, someone else who could not imagine having fun in her kitchen, like ever, was Shaya. And I talked about Shaya last week, but actually, first let me go through her amazing transformation. If you missed this, this is Shaya when she started working with me. She's a brightful person, a playful person, so there's always a smile on Shayla. But she was feeling very exhausted, and well, this is her 3 weeks later. Can you see how her eyes are already popping open? They're not weighed down so much with fatigue as in the first picture. As you can see, her face um, is reshaping. And hold on now to the last picture. 6 weeks after we started working, this is Shaila. Now, is this wonderful or what? Is this a transformation? And this is only in 6 weeks' time. And so after that, she wrote me a long love letter. And she wrote, in the last 2 years, I was so focused on performing and attaining professional success that I lost touch with my body and what I was fueling it with. And the good news is that I was practicing self care and getting daily exercise. The bad news was that I was eating a lot of crap and drinking alcohol in the evenings to comfort myself after each workday. And as a result, I gained 15 pounds and started to lose confidence about how I looked in pictures and in videos. I categorized this food and drink as pleasure that I surely deserved. When in fact, I deserve so much more than that. I deserve to tank up on the purest energy that comes directly from the sun to the plants. I deserve the best ingredients that nature has to offer. I deserve to feel amazing on the inside and out. I deserve to feel good about my choices. And that's exactly how I have begun to feel working with Mary Claire. It has been a little over 3 weeks since we started, and these are my results so far. I've lost almost 9 pounds, and I can fit in my nice clothes easily again. What a relief last night since I had a networking event. My skin has cleared up and looks more glowing. For a long while, I was looking so sallow and washed out. I'm having fun in the kitchen, uncooking. It has become a daily ritual and creative activity, and I'm really aesthetically enjoying the process of learning which foods to eat and how to prepare them. Despite the detox headaches that came up and emotions, since I am now no longer stuffing them down with junky foods, I'm having important breakthroughs. And I'm just so proud of my progress in this short time. I can only imagine what the next 2 months of coaching will bring. My return exceeded my investment in week one. So, dearest Mary Claire, thank you for loving and supporting me with your brilliancy. I honor your journey, your ideas, and your valuable work tremendously. And I'm so grateful that you're sharing your raw food brownies, metaphorically and literally. They were so yummy with me. I love stories like these, and these are not uncommon. This is what all my clients experience, but I am taking Katie and Shara because they were so typical with um, the challenges, the kind of challenges that entrepreneurs have, and they know how to put it so well in their language. So I wanted to share that again with you in a different way today. Now, who is this program for? And I totally understand that this program is not for everyone. Um, it's for all professionals that are caring about how they feel and look like. They want to feel and look great, I mean. It's for you who are committed to doing what it takes, because yes, it does take the commitment. That's all I ask, that you are fully committed, because I know that when you are, I can give you those results that we have been going through. And you love learning in an intimate group with private access. That's something that you really appreciate. You desire for accountability, and you love having a clear plan and time saving shortcuts. I love giving those because I'm such a practical person. I just love doing that. So that's what you'll get. Now, the 30-day energy makeover, that journey to a different version of you, will be a very intimate program, intensive also. But that's why I'm keeping it really small. I'm only inviting 10 professionals maximum to this group because I want to give you my full attention. And you know what? Um, I told you before that this will not be like any kind of other program out there. Um, it's designed, it's personalized to what you will need during this time. So you will get my full support, my full attention. That's why I'm keeping it small, to be able to do that. Before we start working, you and I are gonna get to know each other better in a in a conversation of 30 minutes, one-on-one time over Skype or the phone, depending on where you were, uh, are at that moment. But I want to get to know you. I want to get to know your challenges. I want to know about your journey that you already have been going through, so I can support you at my best during this process. You're going to get one live masterclass of 60 minutes every week, plus 30 minutes of group coaching. You're going to receive the recordings of every class that you will get. You will get all the done for you recipes. And people, this is really important. I'm just going to give you the recipes for every day with shopping lists, okay? I know that I don't like making shopping lists when I have to, when I enter a program and they say, okay, this is what you do, and then you have to start doing everything alone by yourself. That doesn't work for me. So I want to do this differently for you. And I also want to offer you a small, intimate community where you feel safe, where you are safe to share possible challenges that come up, and that you can find the support in, that you may need at that moment. And of course, this is a very important one. A challenge that I bump into a lot when I talk to experts is that I can't do it alone. And so I've been thinking of how I can help and support you the most. I really want to supersize this offer for you. And this is how I will be your accountability buddy. Do you like that? I'll be your accountability buddy. I've noticed that this is going to make the difference for you. I have two mentors right now that I'm working with, and that is what really shifted me, having that accountability. And that is what I want to give to you. Two times 15 minutes in a week of laser coaching, where we will resolve possible challenges together. And those short calls will be very to the point, with both of our full attention laser sharp. All I ask for you is to show up right on time, give it your best. I'm doing the same thing. And even if there are no challenges at that moment, we'll talk anyway to see if there's anything that needs to be fine-tuned for your best results. And listen, no one is doing this out there, okay? Health programs are usually put up in the membership site where you can take the content module by module and start implementing it. But I know for a fact that this is also exactly the weakness of these programs. There is no accountability, no personal follow-up, no personal care, and I want to do this differently. Now, I do have to warn you though. I have one big warning, and I need to make you fully aware of the possible consequences of changing your eating habits to a plant-based diet. Because at the end of that month, during 1 week, you will be on a fully plant-based diet, okay? I want to make you aware that eating raw will make you feel more energized than ever before. You will clear out and soften your skin and flatten wrinkles, and you will look younger, sexy, attractive, irresistible even. You will reshape your body and self-confidence together with that. And you will have to want to make love again. I have to warn you about that one. You will kick out old habits that have been keeping you stuck all that time, and you will feel inspired to live your dreams, your ideal lifestyle. That's a serious warning, huh? I was just kidding. Of course, I warn you because you will become a better version of you. And that is just wonderful, don't you think so? So, the 30-day energy makeover investment, of course, I'm not doing this for nothing. And it is a very intensive experience. I'm going to put all my energy into that. I will be there holding your hand every single step. I'm going to give you my private personal access. So the investment is $997. And you can click here on that link to get in now, or you can go to the link under there, ravishingraw.leadpages.co/30-day-energy-makeover/. So that is where you can sign up right now. I just want to emphasize again, it's not going to be like anything that you have been doing before. I don't know if this, if you still feel like you're a little bit on the fence, here's what helps me when I need to take a leap of faith and I'm not getting there. I'm going to give you another overview again of the program because I added something to that last minute. I see, yeah, I remember now. Maximum 10 professionals, 30 minutes of one-on-one time before we officially begin. You have my full support in a professional private hub, one live masterclass every week of 60 minutes plus 30 minutes group coaching, recordings of all four classes and of all our 15-minute private laser sessions, done for you recipes with shopping lists, a small intimate community, and I added another bonus. I can't help it. I just love giving stuff away. I'm going to give you another bonus group session in week 4 because I feel like I just don't want to do a masterclass at the beginning of the week and then not see you anymore. I would just feel bad doing that. So we're having a last bonus session in the 4th week so we can really have a look at what your results are, where you are, and what your next step could be, okay? Now, this is what helps me if I want to take a leap of faith. If you want something you've never had, then you've got to do something you've never done before. That is really helpful. For me, every time I think, should I do it? Am I going to get my investment back? Is it going to be worth it? And every time I tell myself this and I decide to jump with faith, that has always been a really wonderful decision. And only decisions that you take, and when you take the leap of faith, not with fear, that is when you get moving forward. And if this is not a good fit for you, that's fine. Just stick around. You can still learn something here. But if it does feel like the right thing to do for you, don't hesitate, because this will only be up for 4 more days. I'm just offering this for a very short amount of time. But if you're ready, let's just do this, and just grab your computer, iPad, phone, sign up right now, and then we can start working together, because then first thing I'll do is reach out for you and make that appointment with you to have our private conversation, our exploring conversation, to see where you have been in the past and where you want to go. And so I understand what your past challenges have been. And I can support you fully with the private access that you will have. Now, if you have any questions, I don't know if there are questions, so let me um, go out of the presentation. I'll leave it up here so you can still see the link where to sign up. And let me go. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. This is me. So yeah, I see that you have been recognizing yourself in the things that I've been telling you. Now, do you have any questions at all? You know, about the food, how it. Are there certain things that are challenging you that you want to bring on here? You can also raise your hand if you like to, and I will unmute you, and it would be lovely to hear your voice. Let me check here what's happening. Is there anyone who wants to raise their hands? No. Okay, that's no problem. You can still ask your question, any question about the program or anything that is coming your way by emailing me at Maryclaire at ravishingraw.com. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can and answer your questions. You can still write me with your thoughts, your doubts, anything that comes up with you in you after the program. But I want to remind you that this will be only up for four more days until 29th of April, 12 p.m. CET. So that's okay. So that is what I wanted to share here today with you. Know that your health is your business and it's my passion. I'm here to serve you all the way and to hold your hand if you need me to. If this feels good to you, I would say sign up now. Don't hesitate, and we'll take it from here. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I want to thank you for your time. And I really hope that I will talk to you soon in this private conversation and that I will meet you, have the honor to help you in my program. Okay? See you next time. Bye.